What is the role of individual responsibility in environmental protection? What role does individual responsibility play in environmental protection? This question is especially relevant in today's discussions about environmental policy. From a Republican viewpoint, individual responsibility is central to how we approach environmental issues. It emphasizes personal stewardship and voluntary action rather than relying solely on government mandates. Republicans believe that when individuals and communities are empowered with the right incentives, they can effectively tackle environmental challenges. This perspective is rooted in the idea that people have a moral duty to care for natural resources. It frames environmental stewardship as both a personal and communal obligation. A key principle here is the focus on property rights and local decision-making. Republicans often argue that free market innovation can lead to sustainable solutions without heavy regulations. For instance, clean energy technologies developed by private companies can reduce environmental harm while promoting economic growth. Let's look at some practical applications of this philosophy. First, voluntary conservation is encouraged. Individuals are motivated to adopt sustainable practices like energy efficiency and recycling through community initiatives or tax incentives. This approach allows people to make choices that align with their values without being forced by top-down policies. Next, market solutions are a big part of this discussion. The support for private sector innovations, such as renewable energy development, shows a belief in entrepreneurship as a means to reduce environmental impact. This approach maintains economic growth while addressing environmental concerns. Local governance also plays a significant role. Grassroots efforts, such as land trusts or watershed protection groups, demonstrate how decentralized actions can respond to environmental issues more effectively than federal programs. These local initiatives often reflected the values and needs of the communities they serve. While there is a scientific consensus on the need for collective action on climate change, Republican ideology often critiques alarmist narratives. Instead, it advocates for measured and cost-effective strategies that avoid burdening businesses or infringing on individual liberties. This stance acknowledges environmental challenges but emphasizes economic practicality. Historically, the Republican Party has shifted from supporting federal environmental laws in the 1970s to opposing expansive regulations. This change reflects a broader ideological pivot. Modern Republicans argue that earlier bipartisan efforts have become synonymous with bureaucratic inefficiency. This justifies their preference for individual and market-led solutions. In this framework, individual responsibility is not just a passive concept. It is proactive, leveraging personal choice, community collaboration, and economic freedom to achieve environmental goals. This approach aligns with core conservative principles while addressing the pressing need for environmental protection.